What's up, everybody? This is Nightwing2303, and I am going to do a performance review, not a sneaker review, but a performance review on the Jordan 2010. Um, Before I get into that, I just wanted to show you guys the sheath that it came with. It has the inscriptions here on the side that they also have on the sole here, and it's supposed to be some hidden message. Basically, it's what he used in one of his commercials, and there was also a poster of it. It says, "I failed in my life over and over and over again, and that is why I succeed." So, for anybody that does not know what the writing says, that's it. It's nothing too special. We've heard it before, and I just want to let you guys know because I haven't found anybody that's been able to read it so far. It's just simple graffiti, and it's read this way on the shoe, from the top down, and on the sheath. You can see here, it starts here, goes down in the second line and goes down. So that's all I wanted to talk about with the box. Now we'll get into the actual review of the shoe. Um, I've been playing in mostly Nike stuff lately. Uh, been playing in the Kobe 4s, then went from there to the Kobe 5s. Was having some problems with shin splints. If anybody doesn't know what shin splints are, they really hurt, and they can end up forming hairline fractures on your tibia bone, your shin bone. So if you don't know what it is, just go ahead and Google it. For everybody that wants to know. So from the Kobe 5s, after I got my shin splints and all that stuff, I went to the LeBron post seasons. Those worked out for a little while, but the cushioning in those, even though they were much better than most of the other shoes out there, it still bottomed out pretty quickly, and I had to change shoes once again. So went to my local Foot Locker and tried on everything that they had on the wall, and nothing worked except for these guys right here. And I'm going to start from the bottom of the shoe and work my way up and explain why. Out here you have your typical solid rubber outsole here. On some of the 2010s, they have the clear sole. Some people debate whether solid rubber is better for indoor traction and clear sole is better for outdoor traction. I don't really know. I think that the traction on these is perfect. You can see the pattern here. It's not as good as the Kobe 4, where the herringbone pattern is raised off of the shoe a little bit, but these work just as well. Right underneath the solid rubber sole, you have a full-length zoom bag here, which takes a lot of the impact right from the get-go when your heel hits the floor, which will help out if you have shin problems, even knee and ankle injuries. It will help out. They had stated that in the video with Tinker and I think the guy's name was Mark, the two designers of the shoe. And then what they did here was installed a really thick, it is heavy, but it's really thick and durable Phylon midsole. Phylon is a good source of cushioning for people that don't know that. So, I wouldn't recommend it just as the only cushioning, because I tried on shoes that only had Phylon and nothing else, and they just don't cut it. So you have full-length bottom-loaded zoom bag. Then you have full-length Phylon midsole. The interesting thing that they did not point out in the video with Tinker Hatfield was that they actually, I'm going to pull the insole out there. If you could see the shape here, it looks kind of like you can see the glue marks. It goes U shape and then flat up on the top there. That's a heel-loaded additional zoom bag, and then they also have one in the toe cap here directly underneath your foot, which is a really nice touch. So you're getting cushioning right when your foot strikes the ground. The Phylon's taking a lot more of the impact, and then your heel, when it's squishing down on the shoe, is going to take a lot of that shock absorption through the top-loaded zoom bags in the heel and toe as well. So that's a really great feature. It's allowed me to play. I've had these for I think two almost 3 weeks now, and I've been able to play with no problems, no burning in my shins. It's just a perfectly awesome cushioned ride from heel to toe. So major points to the designers for this shoe because it definitely works out well. Now we're going to get along to the uppers. You have TPU plates here in the heel and toe. You have them on the other side as well. You can see that they do get scuffed and things like that. But hey, this is a performance review. If you are buying these, which I highly doubt it, to wear casually, then you're not going to worry about that stuff. But you have those things for your heel counters and your toe offs, so that your foot doesn't slide around too much. Because once your laces are tied up all the way, these things provide your foot to stay in place in those sections, which is great. The leather here in the back and on the toe cap is a synthetic leather, but it is a higher quality synthetic leather, which is definitely good. Then the middle section here is slightly less quality synthetic leather with all these perforation holes, and you got this TPU window on both sides that you could see directly through. That's for breathability and ventilation. Personally, these things don't do much. The use of fly wire or some type of mesh, something else would have been much better. These windows do fog up and they get really sweaty and all that stuff. They don't fog up completely, so the perforation holes do something, but it's not perfect. So this thing, it's there. So what you gonna do? The independent toe cap. That probably is my favorite part of the shoe. I believe, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that it was first used in the LeBron Zoom Soldier 3s. It was a great feature. This one is an upgraded toe box that's independent. This thing, it's independent all the way through. So I'm going to try to squish that shoe down. You can see that there's mesh lining in there after the stitching point. So right at the base where your last lace loop is, right after that it's just all mesh, and it goes all the way to the toe here, and then that thing is padded over on the inside. So this is a size 9. I wear size 9 for every pair of shoes that I have. When I first tried these on, they were really tight, but when you start playing in them, it does soften up and it molds to your foot. So you get a really nice unique fit with that. It's almost like a custom fit, which is awesome. When your laces are tied up all the way, the shoe does give you great support. It does not slide around. The tongue pops out a little bit more than it should, but it's not a big deal. The toe cap, when you're moving with all of your cuts and things like that, if you're a guard position like myself, this thing makes you just unbelievably. It makes the whole thing much easier to move around. You can do cuts and things like that by the end of the night. Don't even realize I'm wearing shoes, which is great. The interior lining here is written with the same, graffiti text that they have on the sole and on the sheath of the box. And the padding inside, you have your little ankle cups that you can see there. Cup your ankle really nicely, but the padding here could have been much better. I have tried every pair of socks that I own, and nothing will stop this section here from digging into my ankle area, and I even have a little sore from it. So I've tried high socks, low socks, quarter socks, everything. I've doubled up on socks, and it still does it to me. So this here, next time for the 2011s, add some extra padding there, or make the shoe cut a little bit lower so it's not ridging right into your ankle area, and that would make all of the difference in the world, because that's the only negative aspect I have to say about this shoe. Overall, it's a perfect basketball shoe. I will say that the Kobe 5s are slightly higher grade just because they're much lighter and more responsive, but they don't last as long with the cushioning system since everything is so condensed. That's my review. I'm running out of time here on my phone. But that's it. Anybody that wants to actually play in these, which is what they were made for, go for it, because these things are fucking awesome. I did pay retail, but if you can find them for cheaper, that'd be great. I'm afraid to buy these on eBay because the fakes look just like the damn real thing, and I can't tell the difference because they won't post pictures of the box labels. Speaking of that, real quick, the box label, all of the stuff is blacked out, so they look a little bit different. You can see there in the glare and the light. So that's the only way for me to tell what is authentic or not. I got 7 seconds left, so Here's your review. Sorry it was rushed. There you go. Have a good one. Hope you enjoy.